And meanwhile in Turkmenistan, the gates of hell are apparently about to be closed, but it's not as bad as it sounds. That sounds apocalyptic. It's the Darvaza gas crater, which is 70 meters wide, 65 meters deep, and you're seeing a photo there. It has been consistently burning for more than a half century. And you can see the scale there, an absolutely massive crater that is effectively permanently on fire, can be seen from miles around. And no one apparently knows how it was originally created, but there is a theory that back in 1971, Soviet scientists ignited it, thinking that that was the best way to get rid of the gas. They thought it would burn itself out in a couple of weeks. They were off by a bit, admittedly. It's still going now, 51 years later. And so it's also spewing out methane and other noxious gases. Locals in the area are rightfully, I think, concerned about the effects of that pollution. And so the president of Turkmenistan, who I'm not going to try to pronounce, very long, but Gurbanguly, I will say, I know him, I can go by the first name, I think. He says he is going to close the hole up for good. But to be fair, he did also say that back in 2010 and it's still burning now. So by the way, back in 2019, the gates of hell got a little bit more publicity because in an attempt to prove to the world that he was still alive, the president was seen doing donuts near it in a rally car. So Caroline, there's a lot going on in this story, but what do you make of the gates of the hell and the president?
Yeah, that last bit sort of threw me for a loop. I mean, I guess it makes sense that a country that has this like incredible natural phenomenon, the president, it might just so happen that sometimes he disappears for months at a time. I'm not that surprised. This is insane. I mean, it just kind of similar to the last story. It's like, this is so, our Earth is just like this, it's beautiful, but it's also terrifying. And were those people in the picture actually there? Like you can go up to it?
Yeah, you can go up to it. And like in theory could be like a tourist thing. I don't know what it smells like or how dangerous it is and right around it. And obviously like if there are locals that are worried about this, then yeah, something needs to be done about it. Although I don't know how the hell you put out something like that, like you cap it or something. But almost to the point you were making, I kind of don't want it to be capped. Like there's like nothing like that. I mean, I know there are other gas craters, but something as big as that, like I want to see that now. I want to go to Turkmenistan and see it.
Yeah, like a tourist opportunity. Who knows?
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Well, we will see. He's been making these promises for a while. I don't know how you managed to do it, and it doesn't appear that he knows either, but we will see. And meanwhile, in Afghanistan, a member of the Taliban had something interesting to say about Western women. Take a look at this.
ببینین از سن سال زنهایی که در غرب هستن که از 40 به بالا هستن تقریبا 60% زنها چیز کم 60% زنها با حیوانات ازدواج میکنن چیزای متعجب اگر برای شما اینجا بیان بکنیم چون لازم نمیبینیم که
Okay, so for the few of you in the audience who don't speak the language, let me translate. The Taliban official there says 60% of women over 40 in the West marry their pets, which is a bold claim. Caroline, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough few weeks for unmarried women with pets. I'll tell you that. But I mean, my question is, can you legally marry your pet? Asking for me, or is he just saying that like, companionship?
I mean, I am going to guess that the context is that to defray or to like ward off criticisms of their approach to society, women's rights, things like that. Very often they will point to how the experience goes in other places. So if you wanted to scare people of your country, say all of these women are like marrying Shiba Inus or something. Like let's not become like them, even though that sounds kind of delightful. But look, as you pointed out, it has been a rough time for unmarried women. Like the thing that the Taliban guy says is obviously crazy. I don't know how you could possibly believe that. Like, and I don't mean for him, I don't know that he believes it, but anyone listening to it, how could you believe it? But is it that dissimilar from what the Pope said? Like that he says couples who choose pets over kids are bad. That's not saying they get married to them, but it is saying that they have too close of an attachment. I feel like those are in the same neighborhood. I don't know. Am I wrong?
No, I think it's absolutely right. And all of these, it's interesting that these two stories are happening around a similar time because like all you need to ask is why. I mean, it's one thing to just keep saying like, oh, women don't do this and young people don't do this anymore, but like without a conversation about the real like material reasons why it is so incredibly difficult to bring up a child in our society right now, like you're just kind of, it's just fodder for this like viral content. And I think it's nice that we're at a place where we can sort of like laugh at these things rather than really take them seriously. Because we all know, like,
if you want to get serious, they are in charge there now, and it's probably going to be a pretty rough time, like it was last time. But yeah, at least this comment we can laugh about a little bit, and then hopefully, push for more recognition of women's rights in that country. But yeah, like, look. It is difficult. It's expensive to have a kid. And also dogs are objectively cuter than children. Mm-hmm. That is just an issue for children going forward. They're being outcompeted in the marketplace of cute. So kids, come on, up your game. Maybe a little rouge or something.
And they're pretty, they can do a lot under 1 year old. So
exactly.
I'm constantly surprised by how much my dog can figure out, and she's 1.
Exactly. That's my heir. My heir is a Chihuahua. Anyway, meanwhile, that's adorable. Meanwhile, in New Zealand, a man named Zane Wedding had a little bit of irritation in his ear. Now, he initially thought the problem was just water. The Aucklander had been for a swim at a local pool on Friday morning and fell asleep on his couch that evening. He woke up with a blocked ear and the feeling that there was something wriggling inside. Well, it wasn't water, and they did find it. It was this. It was a cockroach that had to be pulled out of his ear. His ear had to be syringed. He was given antibiotics, instructions to blow dry the side of his head, and a suggestion to return if he still felt movement. Well, someone looked in and they immediately saw that there was a cockroach in his ear, and they used a suction device and tweezers to pull it out. Tragically, the cockroach did not survive the procedure.
That sheep image was so misleading. I thought that was going to be the story, and now I'm really scared and I hate bugs. And I was like, wait, what? Because I didn't read this story beforehand, but not as fun. That's not as fun. I'd much rather have a sheep come out of my ear. And it's New Zealand. I don't know. Stuff like that probably happens in New Zealand too. But
if it was gonna happen anywhere, a sheep coming out of here, it would have been there. Sorry, I just wanted to see what the chat said. The chat is not happy with me right now, but it happens, okay? This is a cautionary tale. If you start to feel wriggling in your ear, go to the doctor soon. That's all I'm saying. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.